this ain't the one. This is the one. I know you're probably trying to figure out why I brought you here today. This beast right here, picked up 2 years ago. I recently moved it, and it was in grass about 5 foot tall. The reason you're here, 22 Briggs V-twin platinum. I need to get it going. That's gonna be the easy part. If you're familiar with my channel, back in the day, maybe 2 years ago, I started a build on a little boat, and I had planned on using an engine. I was looking for like a 13 horse, you know, for fuel economy. I'm gonna put a lawnmower engine inboard in the boat. That's right, a vertical shaft inboard, driving a lower unit for an outboard motor. And I want to go to small horsepower for fuel efficiency. Wasn't really looking for speed. But now, you know, I've got a few other slow cruising boat builds. So let's try to go a little faster, you know. I think I'm gonna go with the 22 Briggs. This one's gonna run. So I'm gonna stop this portion video right here. Just wanted to show you the donor engine. Now we're gonna hop back on a 216, go right to the front and have a look at the boat. Hold on. One day project. My old dozer. Low cart. Alright, the tug, mentioned in a previous video, this little sailboat has become a tug. It's on the back burner. This boat, my 68 day sailor, I converted to a cruising boat. If you haven't seen the videos, I added 3 inches of keel all the way across with a keel strake. I had cypress, glassed in. Came out pretty good. I still need to do some fairing work. The purpose of this video, a while back I spoke of putting an inboard in this boat. I built a fiberglass tunnel, solid fiberglass. It's been out on the weather for a while. The purpose of this tunnel, a 25 Evinrude, a 25 to 35 Evinrude lower unit bolts up to this. It's going to be inside this tunnel, to where the cavitation fin is going to be even with the bottom of this, which is going to be even with the bottom of the boat. The original plan was to cut out the bottom of the boat, glass this in somewhere right there, and put the air-cooled engine on top, and put a traditional rudder like a regular boat. So I'm still going to do that, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove my transom knees, because I won't be going outboard anymore with this one, so I won't need transom knees. I'm gonna remove some of these transom knees, if not all of it, and push this box back, I don't know, about 10 inches from the transom. And the box is going to be glass into place. 25 Avenue lower unit. It's going to be bolted through that. I'm going to have to make an aluminum top plate with 2 mechanical seals. One mechanical seal, I already bought everything 2 years ago, never put together. The shaft seal, one seal is going to seal the water from coming into the boat from the shaft, and the other seal I'm going to have to make is for the gear selector. And I have to seal it, if not water's going to come in. A lower unit outboard is not designed to do what I'm doing, but we're going to make it work. I don't have too many failed projects, so I'm positive it's going to work. But we're going to put an air cooled, we're going to put the 22 V twin on top of that 25 mm lower unit. And I'm gonna, you see it, I already gutted the boat. I say gutted, I got rid of the trunk for the keel. The sail and stuff is gone. And cut the cabin top off because it was kind of low, a little low cutty cabin. It was big enough, but we're gonna go a little bigger on it. I spoke in the past about building up the sides. This boat has an ugly profile. Let me step back to show you what I'm talking about. It's so tall in the front and so low in the rear, which I mean, it rides fine. Water doesn't come over the rear, it floats high. This thing only drives about 3-4 inches of water. It just physically looks ugly. So in the back section, I'm going to build up the sides another 6 inches taller in the sides, and have it slowly taper down to meet the bow somewhere over here, to give it a better overall look. That's going to come at a later point. Right now, the focus, I hate destroying a boat, because right now this boat's ready to ride. I mean, it's ugly, it needs a paint job, but I mean, I can put it in the water and go fishing in it. It's a really roomy boat. It's 17 foot long, about 6 foot wide, weighs about 600 pounds, and I have a few outboards that fit it ready to go. But anyway, we're gonna make it a non-outboard. We're going to convert it to inboard, which is something you won't really see on YouTube. I mean, I've seen it done before. I'm not the first one to come up with this idea. I've seen it done back in the 90s with a small boat with a 12 horse Briggs on top, and it wasn't very fast. It was done like 8 miles an hour, but it was his low unit and prop choice. Once you do this, you don't have much of a prop selection. So I chose the 25 35 Evinrude lower unit because in reality the 18 through 35 is all the same. So there's a pretty wide variety of prop choices and pitch settings from 18 to 35 horse. Originally I wanted to go with like a 13 or 14 horse to be cheap on fuel, just to make this a cruising boat. I was only looking to do 7-8 miles an hour, but now I'm thinking I can put this 22 in here. I should better break 20 mile an hour with the cabin on it. And even if I can't break 20, I'm fine with that, because my original intention is 7-8 miles per hour. But we're going to try the big engine. If it doesn't perform like I want, then I'll drop down to a smaller engine. I'm not doing this today. I'm just planning for it. I may start cutting my transom knees, clear that away. I may do the layout, cut the hole, fine tune the box where it's got to be, and then glass the box in solid. Once I do that, it won't be outboard capable. My main priority is still, I didn't give up on the houseboat. I'm waiting for my arm to heal up from surgery. My priority is going to be the houseboat. I still need to seal all the barrels up. Once the barrels are sealed, I've got some minor interior trim work, but I can still ride it without that minor interior trim work. The barrels is what stopped me from riding, and the fact that I don't have a double axle trailer ready. I do have a single axle, but I'm maxed out in that single axle, but the launch is only a few miles away. So I think maybe by next week I'm gonna focus on taking care of all those barrels, get that houseboat water ready, and go launch it and have a little weekend adventure in it, my first little weekend adventure in it. And then I'm gonna focus on this. I have a lot of boats. I live and grew up down a bayou. It's a bayou town, so boats is a way of life. But that will get built probably this winter. It's gonna be a little tugboat. It's gonna be nice, just something to slow cruise around the bayous in. And what man does not want a mini tugboat of his own? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I've got a lot of boat projects, but after the houseboat, this boat's gonna move to a priority. This would be a great cruising boat. I need something that I can pull behind the houseboat with me, because the houseboat, we all know, is slow. 5 mile an hour wide open throttle, but I won't be doing 5 all the time, because that keeps the motor wide open. It's like 5.8 miles an hour. So its cruising speed is 4. So that's a 4 mile per hour boat. So if this can do at least 8 miles per hour, I'll be happy. It's twice the speed of that one. That way, if I'm out there camping in a houseboat and I need to go make a grocery run, you know, the nearest store is say 11 miles, I can take this boat instead of spending the whole day in that boat traveling to where I need to get to a store, then go back to my anchor spot. I can use this boat as a runner. So that's what my plans are. If you haven't seen the previous video, if you search way back, I think it was over a year ago, I started building this box in the lower unit, doing some modifications, figuring out what I need to do to get an outboard lower unit through the bottom of the hull. So it's going to be an inboard, but the benefit of the outboard lower unit, forward, neutral, reverse, and I better use a vertical shaft standard Mower engine that's available everywhere. So if I ever blow an engine, 1, they're easy to work on, 2, parts are everywhere, and 3, $800 I could replace the whole engine, you know. So I think that's the route I'm going to go. It's something I always want to do, and I think that's what my focus is going to be. I may get in here, let a little more shade pass by. I'm going to pull the 5 Mercury off, which is another project I picked up. That one needs a carburetor, a fuel pump, and an impeller, but it does run. It was a free 5 horse Mercury 4-stroke. They say it was locked up, but it wound up being was dirt dauber nest under the flywheel. It was jamming it. And also the safety for the recall start, the gear shift is missing. So there's a bar that passed through here and it goes all the way up and locks the recall. That was engaged. So the guy went to pull the rope. Oh, it's locked up. I'm gonna throw it away. So we threw it in the back of my truck. That's the dumpster. But I did get it turned over, pull the carburetor off, spray some carburetor cleaner in the intake, and it fires right up. It has plenty of compression and fire, so this is be a good outboard. This is possibly going to be the outboard that's going to go on the tugboat. Not sure yet. We'll see how that plays out. But yeah, sorry for this long boring video and no actual progress in work. I guess it is progress, mentally convincing yourself to cut a hole in a perfectly good boat. Because as I stated, I can launch this right now and I can go ride. Well, swap the motor. I have 2 other motors I can put on here, but and they're both ready to go. Unfortunately, we do have bad weather every single day in South Louisiana. It's gonna rain again today. Grass needs to get cut, but it's kind of hard because the yard's saturated. But anyway, that's my plans. Keep an eye out. Maybe within the next week I may update. I may cut this out. I may put this in and try to beat the rain and tack this box in, install the lower unit, see what kind of modifications I've got to make to the trailer to accommodate that lower unit. I think it's going to be just fine, because the lower unit is going to go right past this roller. I need to build a rudder. I got a rudder packing somewhere, packing gland. But this is definitely going to be a cool boat. I'm going to have it rigged up on a control box, probably use an OMC control box. I'm going to build a temporary helm somewhere up front right here. I'm going to have the control box with forward, neutral, reverse, and throttle. And I'm going to put some steering on it. And we'll do a test ride. If it rides beautiful, which I'm sure it will, I don't have any anticipation of it not riding good, then our next step will be tear everything out of it. Remove this deck, start building up my sides to where I want it, And once I get the sides built up, I can build a deck, build a cabin. As far as the cabin, I'm thinking, you know, typical trawler style, with the cab over in the front is going to be the bedroom. I'm gonna have probably a full-size bed in here, maybe a little wet bath, but it won't be a stand-up wet bath. It's going to be a sit-down wet bath, maybe 4 foot of height total from the roof to the floor. Something you can sit in the toilet, take a bath. And then I'm just going to have a helm, a little counter for a kitchen, and a passenger seat. And that's pretty much going to be it. There's going to be a small trawler to cruise local bayous and start doing some exploring. But that's why I built that, to do exploring. But this will not be able to take any kind of rough water. My deck is going to be about 16 inches above the water, so 1 foot waves is all that thing can handle. But it's still a cool houseboat. I still look forward to finishing it and using it. You just have to pick your riding times wisely. With any boat you got to do that, but this can handle a little rougher water. I've already taken it in 2 foot seas, and it handles great. For an old sailboat, she handles beautiful. So yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. I'll update if anything changes in my plans, but as of right now, that's my plans are. I'm gonna plan to put that tunnel in this boat and rig it up for inboard, which is something YouTube I don't think has seen, but we're gonna make it happen. But within a week's time, if my arm's better, I'm gonna start dropping barrels and sealing barrels on this, and maybe within a week and a half to 2 weeks I can be in the water to have my first adventure on a houseboat. See y'all on the next one.